We're from Jersey, baby, 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 and you're not.
Back your hips up, down, up, down.
We're from Jersey, baby. From Jersey, baby. We're from Jersey, baby. We're from Jersey, baby. Baby, 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 and you're not.
If feminists had their own country, would they survive?
Absolutely not. I think they would eat each other.
Why wouldn't they survive?
The thing about feminists is they actually hate women. They try to hide under this disguise of like, oh, we love women, but they really want to be men, but then also hate men because they're jealous of them. If you just get a bunch of feminists in a room, like I said, I feel like they'll just all start attacking each other. There will be a moment where they do find a disagreement, and the only way that they'll be able to go on is to be violent. That's what they do.
Smash Mouth's All-Star, but in 2025.
A boomer once told me the world used to be cozy before it was all painted gray. There was color on the walls, pretty molding in the halls, but now it all looks the freaking same. Now it's doom and gloom like a dentist waiting room. Kids used to wear their favorite cartoons. Now all that matters is aesthetic. Even Taco Bell now looks pathetic. Cheaper to build, easy to clean. Warm light bulbs turn to blue LEDs. Architecture is dead. Hey, what's wrong with leaving brick red? Hey now, it's all great now. Cheapest builder, great. Hey now, it's all beige now. As long as they get paid. No more glitter and gold. We just need you to fit in the mold.
I've eaten, but I cannot shit. I've got a tapeworm, he's eaten every bit. I can't sit because my guts are a mess. Think I'm dying and I need to confess. I have eaten all your chocolate. Chocolate, yeah. Now I've got the runs down my leg. Oh no! Chocolate, yeah.
Closing time. One last call for alcohol, so you finish your whiskey and beers. Closing time. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. I know who I want to take me home. I know who I want to take me home. I know who I want to take me home. Take me home. How you doing?
The Boomer Bunker is recorded live in front of an online audience.
You think your stupid little podcast or your little TV show is going to change the world like hell it is?
I'm going to start a podcast that has no focus, and it'll take up an inordinate amount of time.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Boomer Bunker, the 388th episode of the Boomer Bunker. I am one of your hosts, John Jamingo, and I don't know who the hell's sitting next to me right over here. Who are you, man?
Hey, John. I'm the Duchess of Alabama.
Duchess of Alabama. My God, do they have them ugly in Alabama. And quietly in the background is producer Mike.
Hey, where'd the hot chick go? Hey, where'd the hot chick go?
Forgot the loop.
Forgot the loop. The hot chick is now in Florida. It's like 72 degrees, and she's disavowed this episode. She has disavowed this episode. So, you know what it is? When the cat's away, the mice will play. In other words, see, like the Duchess, she has like, I guess, a highbrow. She's not like a child. You know, she acts her age. She's mature, the Duchess is. I am not. I am immature. It's got me this far, so what the hell? All right. Before we go any further, Duchess isn't here, but I would like to do what Duchess does right now and hope that you would follow us on social media. You can leave us a voice message at boomerbunker.com/voicemail. You can also send us a text or a voicemail at 856-477-1935. You can join our Discord and chat with us and other bunker dwellers. You can find all the links at boomerbunker.com. And hey, if you want to support the show, hit up the boomerbunker.com/support and toss us a few bucks. That would be nice. So I was not supposed to have a show tonight. I said, you know what? After Thursday night debacle, and then Friday night, I got obliterated recording the Brand X podcast. I can't drink, Bob. I can't drink like I used to. I was wrecked.
I can't either.
3 days. It was horrible. So I just didn't want to battle the tech issues. And I said, you know what? I don't want to do this. And then I woke up today, and about 12 o'clock, I'm like, I do want to do this. So I messaged Cody. I sent him the link. I don't know if he's going to come in here or not. I haven't seen him here yet. No, I haven't seen him. But I sent him the link if he wants to come in. And, yeah. So I'm tired of battling the tech issues. I am. It was so nice doing Brand X with everybody in the studio. I didn't have to worry about anything. Everything worked. Recorded, it sounded good. I didn't have to play with the audio. And listen, it's not Duchess's fault. It's not anyone's fault. It's just being able to record over the internet. It seems like there's always issues. I also wanted to talk about the Super Bowl and the halftime report and then Trump's social media problems. And I don't know if you saw this earlier, Bob. There's a video going around in New York where a bunch of black women were attacking this white woman, not physically, but they were yelling at her. And she was at her stop, and she got off her. She just sat there and she walked off. And just as the door closed, she dropped the N-bomb, and they could not get out the door.
What were they yelling at her?
Should I go there first? Okay.
Like racial slurs or just other things? Like, you got privilege and we don't, like that kind of stuff.
Well, here it is.
Girl, next time somebody hit your nigga, you're supposed to beat their ass. Bye, bitch!
All right, so they told her she had to get off at the next stop. And then they said, if someone says something, you N-word, you've got to beat their ass. So now the woman walks off the subway car.
Bye, bitch!
Oh, they tagged us.
Is this for Rosa Parks, like to pay back for Rosa Parks or something?
I guess. And just as she steps off, you see the door here. The door starts to close, and she goes.
I missed what she said.
They're trying to pry the door open like they're trying to get off the Titanic. I mean, they're like, open the door. They would have killed her. If they'd have got off that train and they could have got a hold of that white woman, they would have killed her. Now, my response is, all right, you sat there and you called her a bunch of names, and then she returned the favor, and now you get a chance to beat the shit out of her? How does that work?
Black privilege?
Yeah, I think it is black privilege, to be honest with you. I don't care if she called you the N-word or not. I really don't. I mean, you sat there, and again, we don't know what was said beforehand, but she's just sitting there not saying anything, and they're yelling at her, get off the next stop. And
black person, beat him.
Yeah. So I don't know. So now they're all freaking out about everything's a freak out now.
Hey, let me tell you about black people.
There's the Super Bowl. People are freaking out about the Super Bowl. They're freaking out about the Super Bowl halftime show, which we're going to get into that. I'm so tired. I'm tired. I think I'm tired of social media. I really do. I think I've had enough of it. I don't believe that we need to have this, I guess, viral outrage of everybody. So,
well, everybody thinks that their opinion fucking matters and has validity because they are able to post it to the internet for others to like, share, comment on, that kind of stuff. And I guess it does validate it to those in their circle, but
Well, I don't think that's the other. I don't think that's what happens. I think what happens is these social media platforms. I'll say X, Instagram, TikTok. I think that they basically show these to people that don't like them, so that people fight in the comments. Facebook too. I believe that.
Oh, it's intentional. Yeah. The algorithm is totally geared to, get your blood boiling. So,
yeah.
You just can't lean into it. Like, you have to be smart enough not to lean into it. That's all.
I'm trying to turn over a new leaf where I don't sit there and just attack. I want to look at both sides and see if I can understand both sides and see, should this really be a fight? That's my next, as I move into my later years in life, I just want to know, should we have a fight over this? And so I'll talk about the Super Bowl halftime show. So before the show, we hear shit like this.
White people, I need to talk to you.
Okay. As soon as a white broad comes on and tells me that she needs to talk to white people, I know the stupid is going to fall out of her mouth. I guess I'm prejudging. Let's see if I was right.
Okay, this message is for the whites and the whites only, okay? Before the Super Bowl comes this weekend, I want you to think about something really quick and remember what I'm telling you.
So now she puts her glasses on for effect, so she looks smarter.
Okay. You have to remember that not everything is about you.
Bob, do we believe that everything is about us?
No. I don't want to. No, I don't want blame for anything. I want nothing to do with anything.
Let me ask you this. Do you think that there's a bunch of black people that weren't happy about this Super Bowl show because it was in Spanish and they didn't understand a fucking word of it? Do you think it was only white people?
I think as long as it has a beat to it, they don't give a fuck.
Do you really?
Yeah.
All right. Let's let her continue.
Okay. Specifically in reference to the Super Bowl halftime performance. Not everything is in your white American little bubble. Not everything is for you. Not everything is about you. Not everything is going to be in a language that you understand. Enjoy the game. Eat your buffalo chicken dip. Serve the Tostitos out of a puke popcorn bowl. And shut the fuck up.
Okay. All right. So I listened to you, white broad. Now, I want you to listen to me. No one said that everything has to be about us. Okay?
Well, who the fuck is she?
I got exactly. Well, who the fuck am I? Right? So basically, I watched the game. I had a few snacks. When halftime came, I wasn't interested in listening to a halftime show that was in Spanish. And there was another halftime show in English. So I switched over to that. And I watched that. And was it the most amazing show? No. I would give it about 6 out of 10. But it was in English, and I like that better than Spanish. So when people ask me, what did you think about the halftime show? What's your opinion on a halftime show? I don't have one. You know why? I didn't watch it.
Did you I don't speak Spanish.
Right. Bob,
yeah, look, I was on the way home today from work, and I listened to local talk radio. It may be like a nationally broadcast show. I have no idea. I don't even know what the fuck it was called, Right Side Radio or something retarded like that. And then the guy was talking about Kid Rock having his, halftime show last night. And it's not the first time he's done that halftime show, but I think it was his best one. And I'm like, what? He did 1.5 songs. What do you mean? It was his best one.
He did the dag a dag diggy song, and he wasn't even singing.
He did like the opening of that song, which is like 1.5 minutes long, and then he went and did this other song. That's all he's done. So I don't see how that was his best show. Plus, if you ask me, he was a little off last night. He's getting older.
Yeah.
Can't do it like he used to.
No.
I know the feeling. Trust me. I'm his age.
Well, you know what? It's funny you say that. He didn't sing the first part of his song. He danced to the first part of the song. Like, he danced to his own song. And then when that was over, he sang another song. He wasn't singing it. I was like, oh my God, he's not, if he's trying to lip sync, he's horrible at this. And
I'd rather watch that than fucking, Roger Rabbit or whatever it was, fucking Raoul Rabbit, whatever his name was.
Oh, Bad Bunny. I got you. So
that's it.
So I don't have an opinion of the halftime show. Here's my opinion. The NFL can do whatever it wants. I think the NFL learned a lesson yesterday because from what I understand, 25 million people at least watched that halftime show. And that was a lot of money taken away advertisers. Like if I was an advertiser, I'd want some money back because 25 people left to go to another halftime show. And I believe if the NFL is smart, which I believe they are, that next time maybe they'll have a couple halftime shows that you could say, hey, listen, you old white boomers, why don't you go over here and watch whatever? And then over here on the Spanish channel, we've got Bad Bunny and I don't know who else. And then for the people that are into urban rap, we have someone else. And they can go get the advertising dollars from there and then come back and watch the show. I think choice is good. Why do I have to? Why am I racist if I don't want to watch a halftime show from somebody I don't know with music I don't like in a language I don't understand? Someone's going to have to explain that to me.
Well, I don't know where you watched the Turning Point USA halftime show, but I watched it on YouTube on my regular television where I was watching the game. And I did get one ad. It was towards the very beginning. It was maybe 10. A count of 10 went by, and you could skip it. But that's the only ad that I got. So if you ask me,
two of those.
Yeah, YouTube. If you ask me, they missed out on cashing in on that because they could have ran ads constantly.
They didn't. They didn't miss out because before the show and during the show, they were super chatting gobs of money to this.
Really?
$100, $50, $20.
One thing I did do was I turned off the comments because there was something like, I don't know, 20 million in there. And I'm like, I'm out. Or it was like, I don't know, 12 million in the very beginning. And I'm sure like some people were like, well, let me check out this, Roger Rabbit thing, whatever the hell it was. And then they were like, fuck this. And then where's this TP USA thing at? So
at one point I saw 20-something million, I'm sorry. It was almost 500,000 at one point on YouTube that I saw. And you couldn't read I swear to God, Bob, you couldn't read the comments. They were going by so fast that you couldn't even read them. The only reason I knew the super chats is because they were a different color and you could see them, and I was just looking at the dollar amount. So not only did YouTube make money on the ads that they ran, but they get 30% of all that super chat money, that sweet, sweet super chat money. And then the rest of it goes to Turning Point USA.
So I can't bring comments up because I'm not logged in.
I'm sorry. Let me get to the comments.
It ain't your fault. But Dean said, I didn't watch it because in past concerts, Bad Bunny was burning the American flag, and I believe in First Amendment, but fuck him. I will never associate with anyone who burns the American flag. Disrespectful.
Okay. Budweiser says, I watched it on X. Alex Jobs was streaming it.
Alex Jones? I think he meant Jones.
Okay. Well, the illegals learned a lesson too. Dress like dancing ferns to cross the border. I don't know enough to know enough. I have no idea. Sparky says it was not really that great, but better than Bugs Bunny. Oh, okay. So yeah, it was okay. It was all right. Oh my goodness. Bruce says, I'm going to jail for domestic abuse because the first time I hear her voice and glasses throat punch. I'm not 100% sure.
Talking about the video of the woman telling us
to
get over it.
Get over it, yes.
Yeah, the first thing I seen Bruce when I saw those glasses was, oh, she's got on eye protection. You know what I'm talking about?
And, oh my God, I can't think of his name. Alive and Thriving. Help me. What's his name?
Nick.
Jesus Christ.
Nick?
Thank God our Savior is here to white knight for the Spaniards and the disenfranchised. So, look, you can feel how you want, and there was 2 choices, and I chose one. And for the people that went over and watched the Bad Bunny show and loved it, I think that's fantastic. I'm happy you enjoyed it. I am. I don't care. If that's what you wanted to watch, then good. Let's do that. Let's have a one for you, and let's have one for the boomers. Is that too much to ask?
All I've seen today online was everybody saying, so if the NFL hasn't learned anything, it should be Metallica next year. I'm like, nah.
You know what?
Metallica's guys retire.
Metallica would be anything in English. That's all. How about just something in English? Yeah. There's 40 million people that speak Spanish in the country. Okay. There's 310 million people that don't. Okay. Let's go by the numbers. 40 million people in this country that speak Spanish. How many of them are football fans? Okay.
Well, you mean football or
American football, real football, not soccer.
Not
soccer. Okay. And then you have the people that are here that don't speak Spanish. How many people are there? So really, to be honest with you, they are just kind of playing to a small group, and I don't understand why. I don't. So that's my point. I'm sick of everybody. The Super Bowl is not something to argue about. Now, Turning Point, they put out a show, and Bob said something this morning on Road Rage 101 that he thought it was already recorded, and I was like, wow, I didn't even think of that, and I don't like.
Recorded every swap in between artists, even not in between artists. And I can't remember everybody's name, like Brantley Gilbert, whatever his name was. He was at the very far end of the stage closest to the camera, and then everything goes black, and bam, that fast. His mic, his stand, they're all the way at the very back that fast. It's pre-recorded.
Okay.
When the first artist went on, and then they went to black, and then the woman artist came on. I can't remember anybody's name, but it was so fast. There's no way. I have worked in live, production before, and I'm telling you, there's no way that they could clear a stage that fast and get the next band's gear put up there that quickly, without it all being already up there, and it wasn't.
I agree. Remy says Spanish is the third most spoken language in the U.S. What's the second? If it's not English, what's
Ebonics.
The second? Now, would it be, I don't know, what would be the second? That's interesting.
Chinese.
I thought Spanish would be the second most spoken language in the United States.
Canadian?
Maybe. I don't know. Budvugger said that I said in Discord the NFL could have done something for the country's 250th birthday. I guess they could have. But,
They did. They put up a middle finger saying, fuck you and this country. Here's
Sparky says, I thought it was
Spanish.
English, Spanish, and Chinese. Maybe. I don't know. Aaron says it was Ebonics. I didn't know Ebonics was a language.
That is.
Okay.
And jive.
And jive.
I speak jive.
So now the show's over. Morning Joe comes on, and he's white knighting for Bad Bunny. So let's listen to this guy. Cracks me up. I mean, talk about somebody that has no credibility whatsoever. It's like, hey, listen, you pay me money, and I'll read whatever the fuck you put up on that fucking prompter.
There were some people on the MAGA right that took the bait. Well, 133 million people, Rev, watched Bad Bunny go out and just completely own the field, the stage, the country, the world. Lady Gaga comes in. This was a pretty extraordinary statement. Ricky Martin, it was 133 million people watching this instead of alternative programming where they had a guy performing who, of course, throughout his career has preached the glories of, and Franklin Graham, I guess, likes this because he said it was a God and country thing, but a guy who has preached the glories of having sex with underage girls and setting up escort services atop the Four Seasons. Cowboy. There were some.
Let me ask you this. Do you know any Chris Chris Rock. Any Chris Rock songs? Kid Rock songs where he says that he wants to have sex with underage girls?
Negative.
I didn't think of it. I don't know any of them. I don't know all his music either. But, of course they said having sex with escorts at the top of Four Seasons. So what?
Because, I think in the song Picture, I think he's actually talking to Sheryl Crow. So I don't think he's thinking of some little underage girl. I'll put your picture away.
Okay. Yeah. And we don't know what Bad Bunny said because we can't understand him. And you know what, Joe? You can't understand him either.
Let me ask you this. Was the halftime show at least subtitled?
I don't know. I didn't watch it.
I don't mean like you turned on closed captioning. I mean like it just pops up on the bottom of the screen what the fuck's being said, because I want to watch a halftime show, not read it.
Yeah. I really don't know. I don't know. I was thinking about going back and watching it. I'm sure you can go back and watch it afterwards.
So Bud says that
YouTube.
there's translations on X of his halftime show. No, I was talking about like live. Like, how do we know he's not up there going, yeah, fuck all you white assholes. Suck my... Although I am over here drinking a Dos Equis, so I can't hate.
Yeah, again, if that was the show that you wanted to watch, fine.
Good for you.
Good for you. I hope you enjoyed yourself. I hope you liked the show. It was fine. I did not want to watch it, so I watched something else. So I can't comment on the Bad Bunny situation because I didn't watch it. And I hope he put on a wonderful show, and I hope everybody there loved it. But look, I'm old, I'm set in my ways, and I don't speak Spanish, so it wasn't for me. It wasn't supposed to be for me. Somebody gave me a option B. I took option B. I don't understand why that's such a big problem.
It's not. It's only a problem to those who find a problem with it, and I don't see why anybody would give a fuck.
Yeah.
Like, you don't like the fact that I said that I watched the other halftime show? Well, tell you what, why don't you text me? Text my phone, telling me what you think. And if you don't have my phone number, then you don't know me well enough to have a fucking problem with me.
Mm-hmm. Budweiser says that Jackie Chan is going to perform at the next Super Bowl. Maybe it should.
Fucking K-pop or something.
Aaron says the minor comment came when he was like 19 talking about 17-year-olds. All right. Again, you get people that they want to take a narrative and they'll take something and use it and twist it, not to mean the same thing. They'll take a version of it, a portion of it that would kind of change the meaning or change the context of it, and they throw it out there. Okay. So now the Super Bowl goes off. I don't know why anybody would I think the Super Bowl's in California again next year. I think it's in Los Angeles next year. I would never have a sporting event, a large sporting event in California. Did you ever hear about the jock tax?
I saw that post earlier today, if that's what you're talking about, where, what's his name, Mariota? Is it?
No, you're talking about the quarterback. Now I can't think of his name. The one for the, damn it, the Seahawks quarterback. What's his name now?
I can't keep up with anybody's name.
I can't think of his name now.
It's an M word.
Hold on. Nick says, it's a problem, John, because you're bucking the norm. Get in line like the rest of us. No, I will not. I refuse.
His name is Sam Kinison. Bud Vugger says his name is Sam Kinison.
No, it's not. It's
look, the chat's never wrong. It's
Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold. Okay. So here is the jock tax.
In the Super Bowl, the winning team, each player gets $178,000. In other words, the Super Bowl isn't a part of their salary. And because the game was played in California, and California has a jock tax, and they look at duty days. So each team spends 7 days in the state of California. So those are 7 duty days, and they pierce your regular salary at 3.5%. So he has to pay, when you take into account he got the $178,000 plus his overall salary, he has to pay the state of California for spending 7 days there $249,000.
$249,000.
So you're telling me that if I have a job here, but my job occasionally requires me to fly there, right? I don't know, L.A., San Francisco, whatever. Let's say 10 times a year, once a month. Well, let's just say once a month for 2 days. I got to pay state income tax in California now.
Right.
Fuck
so in
you.
other words, you're in the NFL and you're in the NFL or AFL, NFC or AFC West. And let's see, you've got to go to Seattle, you have to go to San Francisco, and you have to go to the Rams. So that's 3 games. Those 3 games. And if you practice there, let's say you have to go there 2 days before, so you're there 3 full days. They take your salary for those 3 days and tax it at 3.5%. That's insane. It's insane. And I'm telling you what, California, they are worse than Somali pirates.
What are they taxing all of the illegals that are, making money there? What are they paying in taxes? I'd love to know that.
Dude, the next governor, you thought Gavin Newsom was bad? This guy's like, you think Gavin Newsom's bad? Hold my beer. Here's a guy who's running for governor, and this is his platform.
I am governor. I will restore universal health care for all, including undocumented immigrants in the state of California, because we know that health care is a right. We will abolish ICE. We will create a pathway to citizenship. And right now I have legislation that puts a tax on any single company in California that does business with ICE and ICE detention centers.
What good is any of that going to do?
It's all he's doing is virtual signaling to.
Yeah,
thank you.
So he wants an entire population that are poor people, because that's all you're going to get when you have those kind of policies.
Mm-hmm. Nick says the tax is highly discriminatory. Yeah, it is. And again, I don't know if it's constitutional or not.
Well, it's like when Obama taxed fucking tanning salons. It was a fucking cracker tax.
Hey, you're
you
poor.
Didn't know that? Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he put a tax out there on fucking tanning salons. We called it the cracker tax.
All right, hang on to your underwear. Sparky's coming out hot. Sorry there, N ****, comma, healthcare appears nowhere in the Bill of Rights. Sparky is right. Sparky's very, very upset.
I've never seen him type that particular slur in before.
I've never seen Sparky slur before, but that one, whoo, that ticked him off. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so California, good luck. I mean, they've driven everybody out of there. There's no one left to tax. And I don't know where they're going to get this money from. I love the fact that if anybody, provides anything for ICE, hotels or food or whatever, they're going to tax them at a higher rate because they're helping ICE. How do you do that? How is that
I don't think that's constitutional. I don't think it's possible. I just don't think it's possible. I don't think it's legal. So...
Giant Sleeping says Duchess isn't here to keep Sparky on a leash. Yeah, Duchess isn't here to keep me on a leash either. That's a little nervous. That should make some people nervous. All right. So Trump's been having some issues out with social media. Now, I'm not going to play the video because this is an audio podcast, but somehow one of his social media people had I guess it was a social media post with some video on it. And at the very end, it went to the next post, which was Donald Trump in a jungle to the song "The Lion Sleeps Tonight." And in the video, everyone in there was an animal. Adam Schiff was a giraffe because he had a long neck. I think Joe Biden was something with a big nose. There was all there. And the Obamas were 2 monkeys. And everybody lost their fucking mind. So, Bob, pay attention. Over here, Bob. Over here, Bob.
I'm paying attention.
Okay. Let me ask you this question, Bob. What animal could you have given, what animal could you put the heads of Joe Biden, Barack Obama and Michelle Obama, where they wouldn't have screamed racism? Is there any animal whatsoever that they could?
Maybe like an alpaca or something.
Okay, maybe something like that. Maybe a seal. There's no seals in Africa, though.
Maybe the Aaron seal.
Okay, so they were going to scream no matter what, because you can't touch Obama, you can't touch Michelle or Barack, because anytime you do, it's racist. Now, I don't know who this kid was that was running this social media account, but the thing went out. They grabbed a hold of it. Of course, they downloaded it. I would too. And they posted it all. You can't get it. It's on the internet forever now. And this lady is furious.
This is not a news flash, but our president is racist. And we saw it once again with this despicable post about the Obamas.
It wasn't about the Obamas. It was about Trump.
Doesn't it take fucking racism these days to point out racism?
Well, my thing is that there was so many other people in there. This wasn't about the Obamas. The Obamas were in it, but it wasn't like it was just the Obamas and Trump was the lion. There was other people there. I think, what's the guy, other Republican or the other Democrat from California, the representative?
Schiff?
No, the one that slept with the Chinese spy.
Oh, yeah. I can't remember.
Him, Swalwell, Eric Swalwell.
Yeah.
Yeah, him. He was in there as a hyena. So there was a bunch of them in there. And, of course, you can't have it where anything about the Obamas, anything is going to be racist, especially the black people.
Donald Trump said, I don't see anything wrong. I didn't make a mistake.
That's not what he said. That's not what he said. He said, I looked at the beginning of it. I didn't look at it all the way through. I didn't see anything wrong with it. He said, then once we saw what it was, we took it down. So he did not say that. Again, you're taking this out of context because you want him to be racist. I don't believe Donald Trump is racist. I really don't. I don't.
Well, let me just say to Republicans, because this is your party leadership, if you have not spoken out about that horrific post, then what does that say about you?
Nothing. It don't say a damn thing about us. It just says that we saw it, it was a mistake, it was taken down, and we move on.
It says, hey, I was at work and I didn't see the fucking thing. Maybe, because I have a life and I'm busy.
Yeah. Jesus, Mr. Decaf. Jesus. That's not even fair.
We'll give you a fat lip and a flat nose.
Tip.
Black eye.
Hold on. Let me stop. Let me put this out. Mr. Decaf says, her nose fits the stereotype. Oof. Oofa. Okay.
That chick can smell a color.
Yeah. I guess she could. I need him to stop. Because he gets on there and he gets mad and he starts texting or tweeting, truthing, whatever the fuck he calls it. And, he goes after the NFL. And I'm not going to play the music because this isn't a Trump tweet read by Kate, but I'm going to do my best to get through this. Here we go. The Super Bowl halftime show is obviously terrible. One of the worst ever. It makes no sense. Is an affront to the greatness of America and doesn't represent our standards of success, creativity, or excellence. Nobody understands a word this guy is saying, and dancing is disgusting, especially for young children that are watching throughout the USA and all over the world. This show is not just a slap in the face to our country, which is setting new standards and records every single day, including the best stock market in 401ks in history. There's nothing inspirational about this mess of a halftime show, and watch. It will get great reviews from the fake news media because they haven't got a clue of what's going on in the real world. And by the way, the NFL should immediately replace its ridiculous kickoff rule. Make America great again. President Donald J. Trump.
Why don't he let the fucking compelling NFL... Why don't he let the NFL guys run the NFL? Worry about the country.
I understand I understand he's a fan. And I agree with the NFL kickoff rule. It's stupid. I understand all of that. But he's not just a fan. He's the president of the United States. And the president of the United States is supposed to have a certain decorum. You just don't go out and start yelling at people. He did the same thing about the Olympics. There's this one guy, I don't know, he's a skier or something. And he's like, I don't really agree with everything that's going on in my country. You know, I'm here representing my country, but I don't agree with everything that goes on. I didn't really see anything wrong with that because the guy should have just said, hey, I'm happy to be here representing the United States as a skier. And he should have left it at that. But the media won't let it go. Well, what do you think about Trump and ICE and doing this? And so now you're trapped. I would have said, you know what? That's not my place. I'm not here to talk political. I'm here to talk about skiing and being in the Olympics and representing the United States of America. And I have no opinion or my opinion is my own on that. And I do not care to mention it here because I don't think this is the proper venue to do that. That's what something like that. But no, they're going to say something. So then Trump comes in. This guy's a disgusting piece of shit. He didn't say that. I'm paraphrasing. But he comes in and he starts going after the guy. I'm like, stop. Because the midterms are coming and you sound angry. And of course, your base, the people that love you, they eat that up. But the people in the middle and the moderates, they don't want to hear that shit. And they'll vote against you just to spite. That's what, you know what, Bob? This is the thing that cracks me up about Americans. They will vote against their own interests just to spite somebody else. They again, look what they did in New York. Look what they did in New York with the mayor.
You mean voting in a communist?
Yeah, they voted in a communist just because they didn't want a Republican. I was like, Jesus Christ.
Well, they almost voted in like the fucking, the blowjob queen of the fucking California political system as president.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I mean, they were ready to vote in her. Like, come on.
I know.
It's so dumb, anything like right now they're trying to fucking get this bill through, this like vote. I forget what they're calling it.
It's called the Care Act.
Something like that. I don't think it's got to do with like having like voter ID and shit like that. SAVE Act.
The SAVE Act. Fucker.
I think it's the Save
boomers
America
over here.
Act or some shit. Anyway.
Care Save. What the fuck's the difference?
Yeah, it's all the same. And it's like all Trump needs to do to get that shit passed through is just say he hates it.
Yes. No.
They'll be all for it. So
no, that's
reverse
not
psychology here.
Right, that's not true because hang on a second. I have something here. The Democrats are very, very upset about this. Very upset about this here. Let me share with you, Bob, some of the Democrats, because they're all out having a fit about this.
Sparky Toaster said, no, New York voted in a communist because he promised rent freezes and free bus rides.
Yeah, and you're not getting any of that at all.
Vote for Obama. He gave everybody a phone.
Yeah, right. Here it is.
I've heard that the SAVE Act is back, and it is not about voter ID. It is about coming after your ability to register to vote altogether, despite what Republicans want you to hear, specifically about women, young people, and minorities. Republican lawmakers just reintroduced the SAVE Act, which is the Safeguard American Voter Eligibility Act, and despite how it's framed, it is not about stopping fraud. It is about making it dramatically harder for eligible Americans to register and stay registered to vote, not about their ID checks at voting. What the bill actually does is require proof of citizenship, specifically a passport or a birth certificate, to register to vote.
What is wrong with that? What is wrong with that?
I think we need to take it one step further. You should have to take some kind of an aptitude test.
I agree with you 100% there, Bob.
Like, let's see, you're wearing Velcro shoes or, you're wearing slip-ons. No. You're out. Can't tie your own fucking shoes. You're out.
Right. You should be able to say who the president of the United States is, who the vice president is.
Like Adam Schiff or what his name is over here crying. Well, it disenfranchises. Not. Would you shut up? All right. It does not. For number one, you're saying that black people are too dumb to go out and get fucking driver's license, or that they're too poor to go out and get some kind of an ID. Like it's.
You know who can't get IDs, Bob?
Illegals.
Thank you. You know what you do need? Listen, the thing that you need for the SAVE Act, you know what else you need it for? To get a bank account, to get a job. You can't fly without a real ID, a passport. Your birth certificate doesn't even work. You can't get a loan. You can't buy tobacco. You can't buy alcohol. And you can't even sign up for government benefits unless you have an ID. So all that, you need an ID for it. There's no problem with that. But God forbid you have to vote, and you want the same kind of ID for voting. You can't have that. And there's only one reason for that, and it's fraud.
Well, it's like another thing. There's 29 states, I believe, that are Republican, and they're turning over their their SNAP benefit, food stamp data, and but the other ones aren't.
Why would you?
So what they're doing is being like, yeah, well, y'all ain't getting any fucking money.
Yeah.
So.
Your state, Bob, I'll tell you what, your state's on the ball. Look what they've done. They went in and looked at the voter rolls and to check to see who's illegal and who's not.
3,000 registered voters in Alabama just got booted from the state voter rolls. That's after the Secretary of State, Wes Allen, ordered the removal of all non-citizens who were registered. But how did non-citizens get registered in the first place? WAFF 48's Nick Ballinger spoke to the Secretary of State to get to the bottom of this story. Nick?
Yeah, Margo, when I asked Secretary Allen how these people got registered to vote in the first place, he couldn't give me a clear answer just yet, saying it was still being investigated. But when he gave me a breakdown of how many there were in each county, the numbers were glaring. This is a list from Secretary of State Wes Allen of how many non-citizens were registered to vote in our counties. The state found 3,251 people, 742
where it
of them.
says 308.
Your county is where it's 308 people that are registered.
That is Madison County.
That's insane.
We're from North Alabama.
This is our local news. That's Margot Gray, the one you said great. That's way I call her affectionately slobber knockers.
Slobber knockers.
Because if that bra came off, them motherfuckers would be on the floor.
Okay. God damn you,
We
Bob.
got
Shut
the
up.
information. We cross-checked it against our centralized data file here in the state of Alabama and found those 3,200 individuals.
The information he's talking about are people with alien registration numbers. Those are issued to immigrants who intend to live in this country permanently and have already applied for a green card. However, you're not eligible to vote with just an alien identification number. When I asked Allen how 3,000 plus were able to register in the first place, he couldn't give me the answer.
But it's our belief that only American citizens should be allowed to vote. Non-citizens, whether they're legal or illegal immigrants, cannot register to vote. It's a federal offense.
To vote here.
Well, then why isn't 3,000 whatever amount of people being prosecuted? That's, why isn't that happening?
Because that costs money.
Bud Margo say, shorty be thick.
Yeah, Margo's got some fucking knockers.
Sparky said, motor vehicle law, you get a driver's license and you register to vote, all one-stop shopping. Yeah, especially in New Jersey. New Jersey does that. They give illegal license and automatically register them to vote. Same thing in California. California does the same exact thing.
Yeah, and they mail you like a card that says where your voting polling place is in your district and whatnot, and what district you're in, so I'm running for this and that in District 9. Well, if you're not in District 9, they ignore everything that they say.
Yeah. We also have this story out of Massachusetts.
Convicted a woman in Massachusetts of voter fraud. Prosecutors say that she also stole more than $400,000 in federal benefits. White House correspondent Aisha Hasni reports live from the North Lawn. Hi, Aisha.
Hey there, Martha. We're talking about a 59-year-old illegal immigrant who's been in the country for years, stole someone else's identity, and then voted in the 2024 presidential election. Take a look at this photo here. This is Lena.
Well, look at that.
Maria Arroyo Hernandez. In this picture, you can see her, Martha, wearing that I voted sticker that we all get when we go to cast our ballots. She's also convicted of stealing $400,000, as you mentioned, in benefits. She apparently used her fake identity to obtain multiple state IDs and also a passport. So the president this morning, or excuse me, on Sunday, posted this on Truth Social. America's elections are rigged, stolen, and a laughingstock all over the world.
Oh, well, they're crying in, was it is it Fulton County?
Mm-hmm.
Fucking Georgia. We want back our voter stuff. You know, all the voter, I forget what they call them. I'm a fucking idiot. The basically copies. There's like images of all the election results from each, polling place and whatnot. And they're wanting them back. And it's like, no, we found shit. So, yeah. And there's rumor that there are gonna be some arrests over this shit. So
please let's start having some arrests. There's this one guy who again, whose fault it is that the country's going to hell. It is ours because I got to do these better. This was quick.
Don't worry.
Here it is.
Quit pressuring yourself.
I know. Here, this guy here, he's got it all figured out, Bob.
If you are wondering why we will never have free college in the United States.
Yeah, because it's not free. It's taxpayer funded. It's not free. It's free for the person that has to go through college, but it's not free for the rest of us.
And why we will continue to lag behind other countries in reading and writing.
Oh, I'll tell you why there. Because you got a bunch of liberals out there that aren't teaching reading and writing and like we did when we went to school, Bob. They're out there teaching them how to be activists. That's why.
Did you hear that? I think it was Pete Hegseth. Did you hear his whole thing about their
No, I did not.
The fucking Department of War. They're no longer going to be giving money to these universities like Stanford, whatever the fuck, for anything to do with military.
Like the GI Bill.
Yeah, something to do with that. Basically said anybody who's currently in there using that money, you can complete your classes, but everybody else, right here, suck it.
Yeah, which I agree. Well,
yeah, hit him in the wallet.
Yeah,
hurts every time.
Let's see. I mean, that's my opinion. I believe that the reason that we have horrible test scores is because our teachers aren't teaching kids to read and write and critical thinking anymore because they don't want critical thinkers. They want activists and somebody that'll just go out and do what they say. They want to be able to brainwash our students. But let's find out what this gentleman has to say.
It's because the only voter base that is still voting Republican is non-college educated whites.
I disagree. There's a lot of Hispanic, a lot of black people that are also voting conservative.
Story, horrible bitch.
Because, again, the only people that are still voting Democrat are the people that you've snowed and lied to and still believe you're bullshit. The other people are waking up and saying, you know something? You promised shit and none of it's happening.
So only those who have paid for their degree, like bought a fucking piece of paper from a college, like a very expensive piece of paper from a college,
right,
are cool to this guy.
Exactly.
Non-college educated whites didn't vote in this election. Kamala Harris would have won in a landslide.
Thank God. Thank God we have uneducated whites out there voting in mass to keep her out of here. Because as bad as you think Donald Trump is, and you might think he's horrific, he is 10 times better than Kamala Harris was.
Well, with this being college, I'm college educated. I have a fucking degree. I don't use it. I wipe my ass with it on a daily fucking basis. Okay. But what does that have to do with your ability to vote for the right candidate?
Yeah. Mrs. Jose PhD said you'd be surprised how many college kids have trouble with reading and math. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
They can't fucking read a clock.
Budvugger says somebody check this guy's hard drive. Yeah, I kind of agree that too.
Check this out. So my girlfriend, she's a property manager, and one of her tenants came to her, I don't know, 3 weeks ago, whatever the fuck it was. This is a college-educated person, has an apartment all to themselves. They, like, their mom didn't co-sign for it. They got it on their own fucking merits, their own credit. They make really good income. It's about a $3,000 a month apartment. This person came to her because they didn't know how to mail a letter, like how to write the address on the front, fold it up, close the motherfucker, put a stamp on it, and where to put it once all that's done. They didn't know.
You just said that to me, and what that did was I flashed back to Catholic school, and I remember in 4th grade, Ms. Campana had it up there, and we all had to write letters, and we had to put our return address where it was. We had to do our address. You had name, street address, town, comma, state, 2 spaces, zip code.
John, back then we wrote letters at least once a year to Santa.
Of course.
And mailed them.
That's true. But all we did was we put Santa North Pole. I don't think Santa had a zip code from what I remember.
No, I know that, but you get my point. We at least knew the fucking process.
Yeah.
This person didn't have the faintest idea.
Yeah. I hear you.
Have you never looked at a mailing label to any box you've ordered from Amazon to see, oh, what is this? Well, there's my name and address. What is this in the top left corner? What is that in the top right corner? Fuck me.
They don't have to. Well, again, a lot of stuff, a lot of reasons we don't mail anymore. We don't use to mail anymore. I call it the bad news box. The only time I go there is when there's so much mail in it, the mail lady leaves the door open, so I have to come in and pull it all out, and I'll just sit there in front of the trash can, just throwing most of it in there.
You've got mail.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
The reason that there will never be free college is because people who have a college education vote Democrat. The reason that we will never have free college in the United States of America is because non-college educated whites are the only voter base continuing to prop up the Republican Party. And the only way the Republican Party can stay in power is by making sure that as few white people get a college education as possible.
Shut your white fucking privilege ass up, bitch. That's such fucking bullshit.
One of the reasons that they're voting Republican is because and the other reason why they're not going to college is because it's a waste of, for some people, it's a waste of money. There are people out there learning trades that are making 3 times the amount of money that college education people are. And the other thing is that all this AI are going to take the white collar jobs first.
Yeah, they haven't. About 12, 13 years ago, told my nephew, who was in his early mid 20s, like, dude, you're just wasting your money going to fucking college. You're just going to end up in debt and probably get a DUI, that kind of stuff, knock up some chick, you know. Here's this dude I know. He's going to guide you. He's in the industry you want to be in. He guided him where to go, just test out, like get certifications in what he wants to do. Now he's back in college doing online courses. He's going to get a bachelor's degree in a year. Like, that's total time. But he currently makes 6 fucking off figures now. So, and that's without a degree. You see what I'm saying? So that is not college is not the only way to get paid, to make good money these days.
Right. So Dean's like, oops, I didn't get an engineering degree. Well, Dean, there are people that need education. They need degrees. And look, you don't want me engineering your building. Okay. You don't want me putting load bearing walls, and you don't want me figuring that out. That's a nightmare. Mrs. Jose, PhD, said we need those people to do those trades just as much as college educated. Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, obviously, there's a balance. Like I went and got a degree, right? And it's in a tech. I got a degree in fucking programming that I did not want, and I ended up going back to my original job. And because I hate office life. I hate the whole fucking. I don't have to deal with HR departments now, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
But
Sparky says he went to Vote Tech in 10th, 11th, and 12th grade. Did 2 more years at Lincoln Tech. Served me well, way better than a college degree.
Hell yeah.
And Budvugger says we don't want John near any loads. All right, Budvugger, I get it.
Fucking Mike.
So, I like I said, I think we're in a world of trouble, and I don't know how. I don't see any way out of it. there was this one girl who basically she feels exactly the way how I feel. Oh, here it is. Have you ever heard of the clear pill? I heard red pill, blue pill, black pill, white pill. Have you ever heard the clear pill? I didn't either, but this lady says she's clear pilled.
I think I can safely say I've reached the final tier of like the red pilling process, where it's like I'm at the clear pill.
Bob seems to take a shining to this young lady.
Hold on, is she over 18?
Yeah, she looks like she's over 18.
All right. Then,
the red pilling process, where it's like I'm at the clear pill. I'm at the retard pill.
Oh, it's the retard pill. All right, let's find out. I think I'm retarded too.
Because I have all this information, and there's it doesn't matter how much you know, because there's nothing you can do about it. So it's like, dude, everything is fucking fake. Our presidents are literally chosen for us. Our elections are fucking rigged and literally don't matter anymore. Jeffrey Epstein somehow won the Powerball twice. The fucking lottery's fake. The Rothschilds wrote all the fucking books. Our history is fucking a complete fucking lie, the deeper you get into that. Everyone they said was evil and fucking crazy actually kind of, I think, had some fucking points. And then all the people that have been accusing people of doing evil shit were the most evil fucking people the whole time. So you know what? Just fucking log off. Who cares? Just go enjoy your life. There's nothing's gonna happen to these people. They're just fucking with us at this point. Both sides are fucking shit.
Both sides are shit. I agree with her.
And we also Emily Saves America.
We didn't go to the moon.
Fuck no, we didn't. It's all bullshit.
Bud Bugger says,
I'm glad we lied about it. There was a reason for it, but
Lisa's here, says, go drive off a bridge.
That's not somebody's jelly.
Sparky Toast says she's smart for a blonde. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, 20 years and smash.
Yep. So we have to pour one out for Benny the One-Eyed Wonder Dog. Now, if you're a listener to this podcast, you're like, who the fuck is Benny the One-Eyed Wonder Dog? Well, I would say, would you say frenemy of the show? He's not really a friend of the show. He knows of the show. Would be Eric Zane. I'm sorry.
You mean the GRA, yeah.
The Grand Rapid retard. That's right. I forgot. I'm not supposed to say anything.
Grand Rapids
like
asshole.
Right. So, as you well know, listening, that 2 weeks ago, I was in the hospital for a week. And the Grand Rapid retard was very happy about that. Matter of fact, he was out there wishing for my demise because he was going to have the dancing pallbearers when I died, and he was going to celebrate my death. I could care less if he celebrates my death. It's fine. He doesn't really mean anything to me. I find his show entertaining in a lolcow kind of way. Like, in other words, I find him a very, very bitter little man. He acts like a supreme ruler. And there's a difference between him and I. The difference was that he started in radio, and then he got on a nationally syndicated radio show and was making all kinds of money, and then got fired from that. So he took a real big audience and now has successfully made it a very small, intimate audience. Where me, on the other hand, I have started from nothing and built this show into, me, Duchess, Mike. We've built this into a small little audience, to the fact where our audiences are about the same size. And I know that drives him up a fucking wall. He hates it. He hates the fact that the show's getting stronger. His show's getting weaker. So
I have tried to kind of tune in just to see what he's up to. Like, I don't give a fuck about the dude one way or the other. I think it's fun to, mash back and forth with the guy sometimes, but overall, I could give a fuck if he stays laser praise. And I've tried just tuning in, and of course he blocks me again because he's a cunt, for no reason. But it's
a cool story.
It really
Thanks for keeping
is
it real.
like, it's like watching the number when you go to the DMV and you get that thing that has a A146, that's the window, and you're waiting for them to call that out over the automated intercom thing, and they're A110. You're like, nope, 146. That's what it's like fucking watching his show, is like waiting for that automated thing to call it your fucking number so you can go renew your tags on your car. It's fucking boring as shit.
Now, the thing about him is that he actually, the reason that I have Mike and Duchess is because I met them from our show. I met them from his show, and then they came over here, and a lot of the audiences here are people that he drove away. Like, in other words, he drives away people from his audience on a regular basis.
Well, he calls that the Great Zaniac Exodus.
Right. And he handles things horribly. And if you go over there and he bans you, like, I can't get near, I can't listen to his show, which is fine. I mean, if that's the way he wants to be, okay. But so he decides that when I was in the hospital, he was, he was rooting for me. He was going to get to play the Dancing Pallbearers. Well, of course, I come out of the hospital and there's nothing wrong with me. So I go and I get AI to make a art of just me and Kate, and we're leading the Dancing Pallbearers, carrying a glass casket with him inside of it. Because it's funny. It's funny. He gets upset because I used AI to make a picture of me and Kate in ice, and behind us is a red vehicle, and apparently there's a woman in there, and that's supposed to be Renee Good. And so I say Minnesota, mind-blowing this time of year. It's just a joke. It's just a, a play on words.
That was a good one, John.
So, he brings that on. And again, he paints me as a racist and a sexist and a homophobe and all. And that's fine. He can do whatever he wants about me. I really don't care. I could give two shits what he thinks. He lies about me, which is to his audience, because God forbid they come over here and find an entertaining show. They might leave him, and then what would he do? So he starts on producer Mike. He starts telling stories about producer Mike, and Mike's like, half of the shit didn't even happen. He's lying. He's flat out lying. So I don't know if Mike wants to come on and defend himself, because Mike, I'll give you the floor.
Yeah, I'll jump in on here. You hear me okay?
I can hear you fine.
All right, Mike.
There's a little bit of an echo, but we'll fight through it for you, Mike.
All right. Well, John said he's got to go live a couple hours ago, so I started taking notes. It wasn't necessarily that he's full of shit, but he tends to like to take a baseline of something that really happened and then put layers of bullshit on top of it so that it's got, at the core, something that happened. But ultimately, bullshit put on top of truth is bullshit. And so pretty much everything that he said last week was ultimately bullshit.
So when he was upset about me, and he talked about the Dancing Pallbearers, I went over and I made that and I put it where he could see it. And he's like, my moles found out. He's his mole. He's the one that does this. So as soon as he puts that out there, his dog, Benny the One-Eyed Wonderdog, starts having problems. And now it's at the vet, and it's costing him thousands of dollars. And unfortunately, this weekend, Benny the One-Eyed Wonderdog crossed the Rainbow Bridge. So that's when I went in and I made this up, because now it's me leading the Dancing Pallbearers, carrying Benny the One-Eyed Wonderdog's casket. And
he gave me a hard time for going after Benny. The reality is I worked with what I had. Someone once told me, you go low. Someone goes low, you go lower. And he went after you, and just to be a dick. I mean, he was in the hospital, but Benny was at the vet, so I worked with what I had.
Yeah,
sorry, Benny.
It's funny. I mean, again, I think it's a joke, but of course he won't be able to handle this. He says he will, but he's not going to be able to handle this. And I don't know. Like, we're married together because his a lot of his ex-audience members are here, and
more than he's aware.
Yeah, and that's fine. I love the people here. I try not to chase anybody the way that he does. If you go into his chat and you tell a story that he's going to tell, he yells at you, bans people. He's chased some of the most loyal fans he's ever had. He's chased them away. Guys, people that have given him thousands of dollars over the years have chased him away. Okay. Good for you. Great business.
Yep, top tier supporters, and he cashed them away like they were turds.
Yeah, great business plan there. Way to go, dude. So anyhow, Benny the one-eyed wonder dog has bit the dust, and I normally wouldn't say anything about this because, like I said, Duchess. You know, she's the more mature one. She's like, why give this guy any reason to talk about us? And I understand that, but I am a child, and I don't mind when he sits there and he can't do anything to hurt me. I'm not afraid of him. And the other day on his show, he said that he wanted to start like GoFundMe or something where we would pay money and then he would fight every one of us. And Bob said, and I said the same thing, if I ever ran into some money, if I ever ran into $10,000 that I didn't need, I would pay him $10,000 to set up a charity fight just to put Dean in the ring with him. That's all it would take.
He'd do the same thing that Stuttering John did when he backed out of that bullshit.
Yeah, of course. Well, that would even be bad. He wouldn't get the $10,000 if he backs out of the fight. But I would pay $10,000 to watch Dean knock the taste out of his mouth in a half a round. It would be glorious. But he wouldn't do that. He's that kind of guy. So, unfortunately for Benny the one-eyed wonder dog, when Eric wished me to die so he could celebrate that, poor Benny had to take. He caught the bullet for that. So, unfortunately, Benny. Sorry about that. Do you have anything else that you want to talk about?
Well, that show is just half as interesting now. His show.
Yeah. Well, how many dogs are left on the couch now? I thought two other died. Is there just one left? I don't know. The dogs used to be on the couch behind him.
And maybe he should quit fucking his dogs.
Well, I wouldn't say he does that. Although I'm sure the dog's back out of the room when the NFK's in there. I'm sure they back.
Yeah,
and they start brush, and they probably start whining and crying every time they smell peanut butter. But besides that, I don't know. So I do have some voicemails. Unless you have anything else that you'd like to talk about.
Sure. I'll just quickly go through some notes. Like I said,
okay.
The last couple hours, as we said you were going to do that. I've never talked publicly about this. So, and honestly, it's been years, so I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit what he does with it. Talk about it, change it around, whatever you want. Your truth over there, whatever you tell them, that's the truth to them. I don't care. But none of this happened the way you said it did. The truth, if you're being honest, Eric, I did keep my distance from you. I knew the asshole that you were from the get-go, and I did stay away from you. I was not outside your window. I was not showing up unannounced. I would show up when needed. Your wife was involved when needed. Whether it was dropping off Nick, whether it was fixing your house, whether it was delivering a Christmas video, whatever it was always top board. I was not showing up unannounced. I didn't do any of this unannounced. I never was an asshole, and I never was a stalker.
Well, I got to tell you, one of the things I'm very grateful for Eric is that he drove away the people he did, because I have a fantastic co-host in Kate, and then I have a fantastic producer in you, Mike, and you make the show better. And here's the talent. It's right under his nose that he didn't even realize, didn't even know. And he just pushed it away, washed it away. And that's him. He doesn't have an eye for talent. He doesn't know how to bring somebody into a show to make it more entertaining. So it's on him. But I appreciate it. I appreciate him driving everybody over here. Continue to do it, Eric. The more people you drive away, the more people come over here and actually get entertained. So thank you. I appreciate that.
Hey, can I take a quick second to explain where I was when I left? Because there's never been a discussion about that.
Sure.
Okay. This is a little insight for anyone who's never heard of that, and that's pretty much everyone. But when this whole Exodus thing happened and it grew and grew, I did not. I honestly, I've always been doing good things for good people and doing random acts of kindness. That turns me on. That makes me tick. And watching this guy over the years, from the get-go, whether it was his producer, whether it was Ben, the guy when he was out in the outs with him, whether it was Matt Ham, whether it was Dean, whether it was, there are many people over the years that he's been this way with. Kenny, Amanda, just an asshole to them, just on the fly. Always bit my tongue. Always we get notified from he would if I like. Here's a funny thing, when he was on the outs with, hey Ben, if you happen to hear this, go back in time before you got on the good terms with Eric. Listen back to some of those early Patreon episodes before you guys were on good terms. See if he was fair to you, honestly. If you go, where the fuck was I? Oh, when this whole thing went down, I was not comfortable with the way he was treating people. And ultimately, he reached out to me and tried to manipulate me away from friends, tried to turn me against friends. Once he did that, he was out. And that was well before I left. I was always closer to audience members than to him. He was someone I found dangerous to be around. Not dangerous physically, nothing like that. Just he was not a healthy person. Not a healthy person at all. So Eric, if you're being honest, that is the truth. I kept my distance away from you. I loved my hobbies, and I worked my hobby. Doesn't mean I liked you. It does not mean I liked you. I kept my distance. So ultimately, when the Exodus was growing and people were leaving and people were being thrown under the bus by him and attacked by him, when he leaned it, one of the biggest things for me was when he leaned into Nick. And Nick was one of the biggest supporters of him, and he quietly left. And Eric just leaned into him, said how much trash he was. And it's like, what a fucking shallow cunt this guy is.
Yeah. If you don't give him $10 a month on Patreon, boy, does he really lay into you. He must really need that $10 a month.
Yeah. So ultimately, at that point, I talked with many people, and we put together something that's famously known as the Garden of Listener Speech. So that was really, call it what you want. It involved many, but it was the first time that people had chose not to bite their tongue. For whatever it's worth. We were mostly checked out at that point. The idea of Deniacs, right after the whole thing, and then all of a sudden the page changed from Zaniac to Deniacs, that was already planned. That was already talked about. I knew where it was going. As soon as that went out and my artwork that I did for him disappeared, I was well aware of what he was doing. He was ignoring me. Now I had to do it by my own terms. I gave it 2 weeks, and Nick knows it. A couple other people do too. I said, he's going to ignore me. I'll keep on reaching out, but he's going to keep on ignoring me. The idea of hiring him on Cameo, that was all a goof. That was a funny idea that Nick had. And I said, let's do it. I lost the bet. I thought he'd actually reach out at that point, and he didn't. So Nick won that bet. But idiot Eric, that was not being fucking emotionally totally invested in your fucking show. That was us goofing on you and making a little laugh to ourselves. I was already gone. And so I left on a Patreon. We were on Patreon. I still remember it. I canceled my Patreon membership, posted about it. Kuipers gave me a wave because he said, thanks for everything you did. And that was it. I was gone, and I was not looking back, and nor have I ever. And Eric, if you think I reached out to you a couple of months ago or a year ago, whatever that was, to work things out, let me be clear. I was never working anything out with you. Ever. This is after I kicked you in the balls with your mom because you were doing your shit on the show. going over the line, stepping over the line, posting your bullshit
Yeah,
during the live show. You got hit with your face, with your mom, right in your face. I reached out to you just to let you know I'm not scared of you. I'm not hiding
no one
from you.
is.
So
he can do whatever he like. In other words,
there was no intentions to work things out.
Right.
Ever.
Whenever he doesn't have content over there, he comes over here and picks on us, which is fine. I understand. It's got to be tough to come up with stuff every day to talk about, especially when your takes are as bad as your takes are. And that's okay. That's all right. You can come over here and continue to do your shit. It's fine. We don't care. You are just you're like a booger on our finger. We just kind of flick you off, and you're a nobody. So, and listen, we're nobodies too.
Right now.
What's that?
Said he's masturbating to this right now.
Good. Thank God. Well, you know what? I don't know. From what I understand, I don't think it works anymore. I don't think he gets any more lead in a pencil. I'm not 100% sure, but
He's
it's fine.
masturbating his other dog to this right now.
Oh no, that's terrible. All right,
So
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Is there anything else?
Let me end with this, because
Okay.
there's a couple of things but we don't have to get into them. But like I said, the stories were based on bullshit with a core of something that did happen. I'm just going to pick this one. I'm going to explain the truth of what happened. This was when I showed up at his job. Now, you've all heard how he explains it, that this unhinged guy was in there complaining about him losing an hour and demanding that he get his hour back. And he's not going to play this for his audience. I wouldn't recommend that he does it. It's not going to work for him. He might talk about it, but he's not going to talk about this. He's not going to talk about me explaining it. He's too much of a pussy to tell the truth.
It's a lie. He's lying through the whole thing.
The truth about what happened with that is I was downtown on business. I wanted to inquire about something that call my hobby crazy, obsessive, what have you. I've always done nice things. I've always gotten off on the idea.
So when you say your
doing
hobby,
good.
what was your hobby? Because
my hobby for whatever reason became helping him succeed.
Okay.
And I discovered that he was an asshole, but it really didn't stop my hobby because I enjoyed it. I was enjoying the skills I was gaining and the friendships that I was gaining out of it. I wanted to reach out to get an idea of what else I could do to help the show. He had no ideas. I went there to talk to Dave Jackinet, who was Eric's boss. I was down there and I happened to be nearby. I thought I'd pop in and see if he had a second. Now, I knew...
Not the brightest move, but okay. Sometimes we do things.
Well, looking back, I had no idea that this was going into... I pictured radio station, that there's always a receptionist. And you talk, hey, do you know if this guy might be available? That's all I intended to do with it. I walked in there. I knew he was on the 4th floor. I hit the elevator button. The elevator button didn't work. Okay, 4th floor, it didn't work. I was not aware the 4th floor was all business. I expected a receptionist when the door would open.
Now, how did you get again, as an elevator guy, sometimes they turn it off. You got to use a key or a key card to get to the button to light up. But okay,
well,
go
this
ahead.
is the thing. This all happens within a couple seconds. There's a lady coming in from lunch right behind me. Okay.
Oh, she had the key card. She hits the 4th floor button.
Exactly. No. It wasn't that. What happened, I hit 4, and I looked at it kind of confused because it didn't take. And she looked at me and she goes, "Who?" And all she said, "Who are you here to see?" I said, "Dave Jackinet." So I can take you up there. I'm going up there too. So I thought they just had. She said that the floor was locked. So I just thought that they had the elevator was locked for anything going up. I was not aware I wasn't going up to the receptionist.
Okay.
The door opens. It's a business setting, and the green room is right off the elevator. Within seconds, I'm being sat down there. I'm going to go get Dave for you. So that at that moment, I'm realizing, wait, I'm where I'm not supposed to be here.
You should have skedaddled.
I was kind of frozen. I was like, what the fuck just happened? How the hell did I end
You
up
should have
here?
headed for the stairwell and started out of the building. But okay.
Eric is right that Dave came around the corner and said, you need to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
He left out the fact that I said, I know. Help me get out of here. So essentially, at the end of that, Dave and I talked briefly. He suggested I talk to his boss, Jeff Cartwright. So after I got out of there, I did reach out to Jeff Cartwright directly. He did. I did.
Okay.
And he set up a meeting with me. And him and I actually met. And we talked for about half an hour. And the idea, I don't know if you've seen the picture with Eric, with me in the background holding the sandwich sign, running with it. That came from that meeting with Jeff. During discussions of other things I can do to help the show. So running with the sandwich board actually came from a meeting with Jeff Cartwright that was set up because I met with Dave Jack and that accidentally because some lady was coming back from lunch. That's the truth.
Okay.
He's going to say it was some kind of stalkerish thing, like I was some kind of creep. Whatever.
So, to be devil's advocate, I'm going to be devil's advocate. I mean, I can see in his eyes how it would seem that way since you ended up on a floor that you weren't supposed to be on.
100%, because
you weren't supposed to have. I can understand.
I understand that, but to take that and leverage it and say that it just didn't happen that way. The truth is what I just said.
Yeah, he embellished, but and listen, I don't know what it's like to have somebody that's as big a fan as you are that would do things like that. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, you, Dean, Lisa, all the people that have come over from the show, Budvugger, Sparky Toaster, anybody that's been here, Dirk, all those guys that have come over from the show, they are great for giving me content and showing me stories I wouldn't have found, and we incorporate that in the show, and they're a big help to the show, and I love and to be honest with you, again, I believe that we are friends. I mean, that's how this all started. It started out as friends. So, I don't have that. I don't have that where, I don't have those kind of people that would come in. Well, first of all, no one's going to come in here and fire me and then you guys have to go defend me. But I see what you're saying. I don't really care what he says, but I just can't sit there and have him talk about me and then not respond. That's not me. It's never been me. I have to respond to when someone talks about me. Again, I don't have that mental acuity that Kate has that says, just leave him alone. Don't give him any oxygen. Don't give him any reason to talk about us. I can't. I've tried many times. Kate was on vacation. I believe this was God's intervention. Kate went on vacation, and I'm like, I guess we're going to talk about this near the end. She's already disavowed the show. She's like, I don't want to be part of this. I understand. But you can't go in there. And again, today, the dog dies, and then all of a sudden, it's our fault or we're the demons because we said, hey, well, I put a post up, and then you put a comment underneath of it that said, hey, Benny the One-Eyed Wonderdog's at the vet. Come on, Lucky Sevens. And the dog died. Like, that's our fault? It's ridiculous. Stop
Jackpot.
Jackpot. All right, listen, I want to get out of here. Bob, you got anything to say with this before we get out of here or before we play the voicemails?
No.
Okay. All right. Speaking of one of Eric's favorite people, here's Dean.
Hey, peeps. All-white Dean here. Hope we have a good Super Bowl. Got a question for you. Why do gay guys get out of a fire first?
Bob, do you know why gay guys get out of a fire first?
No, I'm not gay, so I don't know.
All right, I'm not gay either. Hold on.
Yeah, I don't like pecker.
Because they already have their shit packed.
They already have their shit. Oh, look, Duchess is here. Here's Half Black Neil.
Hey, Miss Niggas. That Black Neil. What did the kid with no hands get for his birthday?
What did a kid with no hands get for his birthday? Socks? I don't know. Bob?
I don't know.
Okay.
Gloves. Nah, I'm just kidding. We don't know yet. He hasn't opened it up.
Oh, he has no hands open his gift.
Oh, no.
All right. Here's one from Jose.
Hello. Is this the ice?
Nope.
I was hoping that Christy Gnomes would answer. All right. Hey, I need you guys to roll out to the Super Bowls. They got all the Mexicans lined up there at the middle of the station. It'd be easy pickups. Holy shit. Is that Lady Gaga's? I didn't know that bitch was Mexican. Explains a lot. Anyway, I just wanted to call in a tip. I bet I make a lot of money off of this. Love you, Christy.
I think he got the wrong number. I'm not 100% sure.
I think he meant to call 1-800-BOOT boot Jose or something. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. All right, here we go. Here's Dean. Dean sent another one in.
Hey, peeps. All white Dean here. Hope you're having a good night. Got a couple extra special jokes for you today. Did you guys know that Benny has lived for almost 10 years in dog years? That's almost 70 years old. He never learned to play dead, so at least that's one new trick for an old dog. Better late than never.
Oh, he's finally learned how to play dead. Okay. I'm sorry. Here, Dean. Here's another. Dean's got another one.
Hey, peeps. How's it going? I just thought I'd let you know that since Benny died, I didn't need to go to the gym since the dirt is frozen. And he was a little overweight, and deadlifting and dead lowering him into his grave, which burned a fair amount of calories.
Oh. That's a doggone good joke.
Ups. Hang on one second. I got one thing I made a mistake.
Jody B.
What happened with Jody B? I don't have the thing. What did Jody say?
Comments. He said Bob looks like Nikki 6'7".
Oh, okay.
Get it? 6'7".
Holy shit, you do.
That's funny.
6'7". You don't know what 6'7" is, do you?
Yeah.
No, Nikki 6.
Nikki 6'7".
No, I do not.
All right. Here's Jose. He called back.
Hey, Boomer Bunker.
There we go.
It's that wetback Jose. You know, I just noticed your number's like one off from the ice hotline. That's weird, man.
Oh, okay.
I hope that wasn't you
No, it's
guys
John's
I called
birthday.
last night. But anyway, Wands, I hear you want a good dead dog joke. So here at the last minute, I'm pulling one up for you. Hold on, where'd it go? Why California is broke and Texas is not? No.
Nope. That's not a dead
that one
dog.
sucks.
Okay.
Fuck. Just don't play these out of order, bastards.
I did.
Anyway, love you guys. I don't have a good dead dog joke, but I think the other one's funny. If Jamingo don't Jamingo it up for us. And
Jesus
play it in the
Christ.
right orders.
Jesus Christ, Jose. You're
Love you, but don't Jamingo it up.
You Jamingo'd it up.
It's a
not me.
backhanded compliment there.
Here's a number I don't know. Hang on.
Hey, guys. A dog just showed up here. Poor guy only has one eye. He wanted to let people know his owner was a shallow cunt, and he's glad to be away from his bullshit. I told him I'd let you guys know so you might be able to help spread the word. What was that? What did you say? He made you lick peanut butter off his what? That's disgusting. His wife? With a strap on? Holy shit, seriously? Frankly, I think pegging is gross. Never understood how someone could enjoy pegging. Anyways, I hope all's well down there. Miss you guys much. Gotta go now. My new buddy and I are gonna play frisbees for a bit. Smell you later.
All right, Evan. Thanks for the
That's unfortunate.
thanks for the update.
I miss you, Devin.
All right, everybody. That's enough about the Grand Rapid retard. We'll just let him go into obscurity. And we'll be back here Thursday night. I'm going to test with Cody, and hopefully we can do this because Bob was, Bob's. We worked out today, so hopefully this is over. We don't have an issue.
You're not wrong.
You are not wrong, Bob. Thank you for hanging out with me tonight. I appreciate it, Mike. Always a pleasure. Hope you got everything off your chest that you wanted to get off. And hang on, before we go, let me just look at the last couple comments. The land of aeroplane Jose. All right, everybody. We will be back Thursday. I also have to get the episode out, the dumpster fire that was last Thursday, that it was my fault. I made all the mistakes on that one. I forgot to press record. Not this time. This time I got it right. Yes, I did hit record. Thank God for that. All right, everybody. We will catch you on the flip side. Wait a minute. This is why I can't have the comments up, because I can't get back to this other stuff. All right. We will catch you on Thursday. Bye.
Bye, guys.
This ought to be good. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Boomer Bunker. We'd love for you to become a bunker dweller and join us live. Catch our live streams every Monday and Thursday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern on YouTube, Rumble, and Twitch. If you've just found us, be sure to follow us or subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcast app so you never miss a new episode. And while you're there, do us a solid. Share the show. Tell a friend. Leave a review. It really helps. For show updates, shenanigans, and general tomfoolery, follow us on social media. All the links are in the show notes, or simply go to boomerbunker.com. We'd love to hear from you. Got something to say? Shoot us an email at theboomerbunker@gmail.com, and you can leave us a text or a voicemail at 856-477-1935. Bob's a cunt. Bob's a cunt.